Tonight, a profile of one of the many soldiers who fought for Canada in a war that some tried to discount. A Nova Scotian who survived the fighting in Italy through thick and thin, and with the help of a simple sip of whiskey that saved his life. D-Day, the Allies storming the beaches of Normandy, June 6, 1944. It's a well-known story. Just about everyone has seen these images on TV or reenacted in movies. Soldiers fighting in Italy that same year helped the crucial D-Day invasion by keeping German troops away from the Normandy battle. But compared with D-Day, our soldiers' sacrifices in Italy were often downplayed. England's Lady Astor called them the D-Day Dodgers. Some called the Italian campaign the Forgotten War.
They're entitled to their opinion. I'll never forget it.
Meredith Shankel of Halifax certainly remembers the so-called Forgotten War. He was in the thick of it with the Princess Louise Fusiliers in the 5th Canadian Infantry. His unit landed at Naples after a long, secret voyage.
One morning I woke up and the engines were stopped. I looked out the porthole and there was Gibraltar.
You didn't know where you were going?
No. We were supposed to be going to Northern Ireland to train for the invasion. You know, we were 3 weeks, I think, on the ship, and everybody was pretty soft. You know, your feet get soft and everything else. And when we had to march, it was kind of hectic. The fellows were falling out, but you didn't dare fall out because you didn't know where in the hell you were.
They were soft, but they had no land transportation. The ships carrying their vehicles never arrived.
They were torpedoed and sunk. Some of them, we didn't have any vehicles. We got into the action after that. The Leary Valley and Monte Cassino, that's when they were looking down on us from up on the mountain. The Germans were. And you couldn't move. You know, if you stuck your head out anywhere, they'd take a shot at you. So we had to turn night into day. And we moved all our equipment and everything at night so they couldn't see what we were doing.
It was in Italy's Leary Valley in the heat of battle, Lieutenant Shankel made a life-saving decision that he also has never forgotten.
I was on my way out to get something to eat, and this fellow, this Limey, who was in the brigade next to us, he called to me and he said, "Hey, Canada, how would you like a drink of whiskey?" So I came over and I got in the slit trench with him, and we had a drink of whiskey. While I was in there, another shell came over and hit the little hollow that the fellow was out there cooking the dinner, and you know, he was blown to pieces and everything. So if I'd have been there, I'd have gone with it.
It was a lucky sip of whiskey that saved his life. The marching and fighting dragged on, but his luck finally ran out. As a liaison officer, Shankel was sent to a battlefield debriefing.
When I came out, the shells started falling again. So this driver I had, he and I crawled under a truck. I had my papers in front of me, and the blood was running down on the papers. And he said, "I think I've been hit." And I said, "I know that I have."
His serious wounds sent him to hospital.
I had 4 pieces of splinters of shell went in my eye, and I have a through and through wound in my leg. A piece of shrapnel went right through that.
Forgotten or not, Shankel knows the Italian campaigns helped win the war. And as one of the so-called D-Day Dodgers, he did his part. A part certainly worth remembering.